Hello guys, good afternoon and welcome to round number 8 here for Intelligence Racing League here at the French GP. Paul Ricard, looking forward to a fantastic race here today around this 15 corner circuit. And it's going to be an interesting one. Paul Ricard, very tricky track if you have no racing line on, and we'll see how these guys cope. So today we have 19 guys in the lobby. The Aura Crafty and Callum in the Mercedes, UK Demon and Nick V7 in the Ferrari, the Red Bulls of ST5 and Macru. We got the Alfa Romeos of Daniel and Raj, Joe and Tufi Danny in the McLarens. Then we got the Renaults of Kieran and Jav. We got the Williams of Jay, Luke and May Ryan. And we also have the Toro Rossos of Steph Ricos and Jay Ghost, along with the Hasses of Matty G, his teammate not here, I don't think. Nope. And we also got the Racing Points of Philippe and Super Gamer. So looking forward to a fantastic race. There has been a bit of reshuffling with the teams to make the constructors more entertaining. So we got the quicker drivers teamed up with the slower drivers for this time, and you never know how that is gonna play out, but it should be exciting for the constructors nonetheless. So we got quite a lot of guys on their outlap. This circuit being one where a one stop is well and truly on the table. Soft to mediums, or you can even go mediums to softs, as we got Philippe just taking a little bit of an adventure there off circuit. So since the return of the Paul Ricard circuit in 2018, it's dished out some mediocre races in real life, but this is league racing, this is sim racing, and usually the racing is a lot better here, a lot closer. Never know who's going to win, but we do have Jay Ghost right now on a lap, so we're going to stay on board with the man in the Toro Rosso, as he does take a lot of curb there in turn 3, as his teammate is getting out of the way. Nice to see, taking a lot of curb again in turn 6. Now this is one of those circuits where you can take quite a lot of curb and still get away with it. So just going to turn the attention to the chat. How are we doing? We got Classy in the chat, Macru in the chat, we got Tortilla Games in the chat, we got Chicken Kev in the chat, we got TDB in the chat also. So we got quite a lot of people in the chat here today, and you'll have to see it as Steve ST5 has left the session. Steve has gone. We're going to get the telemetry up, and yeah, it looks like Jay Ghost might have invalidated somewhere because he has completely backed off. But who have we got coming over the line? We have Callum with a 30.6, a very good time there from the man in the Mercedes. As we got times coming in now from Daniel with a 32.8 on the hards, a very good time there from the man in the Alfa Romeo, Ryan, coming in with a 33.4. He's going to be wanting to improve on that time, with Nick, who's just been bumped down into 5th by Tufi Danny with a 32.6 on the mediums. Good lap there from Tufi Danny, but immediately gets beaten by Philippe in the Racing Point. So we're seeing sometimes now coming in from everyone. Raj goes second with a 31.2. We got a duo coming to the line right now. He's run out of ERS, but what's his time going to be? It's going to be a 33.333, and that is a lot of threes to see in one lap time. As Kieran had a penalty from last week, so he will be starting from the back of the grid. I've got to ask as well, Kieran, is that the same for Matty G as well? As we got yellow flags in sector. Yeah, they both have penalties. So Matty G and Kieran both are qualifying ban here today, so they'll both be starting at the very back. So free choice of tyre compound for them, but limited running on this track, whereas everyone else who is completing qualifying will get a few laps in, which could make all the difference. As Jay Ghost goes second with a 30.9, a good lap there from the man in the Toro Rosso. And we're going to see what Jav can do. He is still going for it, even though he is well and truly out of ERS. He's on 5%. Now, the thing is with ERS is that once you get to a certain point, you actually lose power because the deployment is so low. I think it's around about 15% where you start to lose time from it. And you can see it right there, a 34.7. He just did not have any ERS there for deployment, as we have Jay Luca starting another lap. Actually, no, he's not. He is on a cooldown lap. Do we have anyone on a lap right now? We have Ryan, who is on a lap as he comes up to the first sector split. He is just over a 10th down, so we're going to see what the man in the Williams can do. This straight by ear going to be a well and truly fantastic overtaking opportunity as they run down into the chicane of 8 and 9. Very easy to scrub out wide here, get on the curb and ruin your run on the very fast right-hander of turn 10. So we're going to go on board with Ryan to see how he manages that. He doesn't attack the corner as much as he really would like to, but I'm guessing he's going to be doing that later on when he is on a softer compound, as he comes through the never-ending left-hander of turn 12. Now through turn 13, he is going to drop it down now into he's going to come into the pits. That's a shame. I'm guessing he was down on his time by a decent amount here, as we got the Aura Crafty in the Mercedes now with DRS wide open. He is not on a lap, which is unfortunate, but we do have ST5 now. He has just started his lap. He does have overtake on the ERS, so I'm going to stay on board with him just because I think he is going to be on a lap. Yes, we got a Ferrari getting out of the way. That will just put him off slightly. He's ran a little bit wide, which will cost him. It'll cost him a bit of time, because obviously he does want a nice little slingshot onto this straight, which he wasn't able to get. Difficult to pinpoint exactly how much time he lost there, but he's definitely lost a decent amount, so he knows where to gain it. Back end stepping out just slightly there for Steve, as he is now on the run to the second sector split, a 54.2, as he now has to attack this right-hander. Doesn't really attack the apex of it too much, but he does keep it clean, he does keep it valid. And now for the left-hander, which just wants to spit you out wide on the exit. It really does. Now coming through the penultimate corner now into the final corner. Going to come to the line. He's going to run out of ERS on the run to the line, and it's a 33.369. Sorry, 368. That is my apologies here, guys. Who else have we got on a lap? We're going to go back to the broadcast camera, just get a better view of things. We don't really know how much well, we don't know how much fuel these guys have put in to do these laps. We also do not know what the weather is going to be. Is it worth qualifying on the mediums? As McCrew goes fastest with a 30.5, a fantastic lap there from the Red Bull driver, as we got the man in the sister car coming across the line now, and he gets 15 for the 36.4, quite off the pace there of the man in his sister car, McCrew. It is going to be interesting next season when Toro Rosso change their name to AlphaTauri, because then we'll have two Alpha teams on the grid with Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri. So we're still waiting for a time from UK Demon, but the man on provisional pole right now is the man in the Red Bull, LOE_McCrew, with a 30.5, just a tenth, well, less than a tenth ahead of the Mercedes of Callum, who is not on a lap right now. J Ghost is on an out lap. So these three guys, the only ones in the 130s. And then we got Raj with a 31.2. Super Gamer could be a challenger here today, as he has done a 31.8 on the medium. So plenty of time there to go ahead and get up the order a bit. As what's happened to Matty. Matty and Kieran are both serving a qualifying ban. So they will both be starting from the back of the grid. So the Haas and the Renault starting at the back. I think I'm going to go... Oh, no, J Ghost has come into the pits. That's not what you like to see. And it looks like Raj has ran out of fuel, potentially. Yes, he has. He's ran out of fuel. Or has he? It does look like he is. Okay, he is running in the higher gears. He is very low on fuel, so he's going to have to make it back to the pits in the higher gears. Try to save as much fuel as he can. As you see, he is keeping it in 8th gear. A Super Gamer takes out the DRS board, and he goes into 3rd place with a 30.7. So a big improvement there for Super Gamer, as he just goes straight off at turn 1, taking the escape road. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. I wonder who for. Not particularly sure, but we're going to go on board with... no, we're not going to go on board with Rash, because he's going to be coming into the pits. Do we have anyone who's actually going for it right now? Just starting their lap. I'm not sure. No, Azure is not going to be starting the lap quite yet. Jav, he is up on his time, so we'll stay on board with the man in the Renault. However, once again, he is very low on ERS. He is not going to get the best deployment right now from his energy recovery system. So within the next few minutes, we are going to start to see people coming out on their final runs, just to see what times they can do. UK Demon still yet to set a lap, and that's going to be tricky for the Ferrari driver, because he is going to be under pressure to perform on that one and only lap. If Azure is going for another lap, we will... Actually, no, he is halfway through sector 1. I was going to say, if Azure is on a lap, then we'd stay on board to... get a lap of the circuit with one of these guys. as Jay Luke has retired. Yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Where is that to? We do have a Joe right now in sector 2, so we're going to see where it is, if his car is still there. I think it might have been right here. No, I believe his car has disappeared from the circuit. It's unfortunate there for the man in the Williams. He would have been looking to improve on his lap time. As the guys in the pits right now, we're gonna have to start coming out soon. As Daniel goes up into 6th, right behind his teammate on. He is on the medium tyres, so we'll see if that is a good enough lap for him to keep in the top 10. Okay, we're going to stay on board with Steve as he is now going through turn 1. Hitting the curb at turn 2. He goes a little bit wide, and I think that's invalidation for him. And who's that gone past him? That is Raj, who is on an out lap. In fact, we have a few of the top guys on their out lap right now. We're going to stay on board with Callum, just because he is going to be the first one to cross the line out of the guys in the top 5. So we're going to stay on board with the man in the Mercedes. Go for a lap with him to see how it shapes up. There is no time left now for Philippe and Nick V7 to go ahead and do a lap. So their qualifying session is over. So Callum tries to get a good run to start his lap off. He is in overtake, and now he is going to be on the run to turn 1. He hits the apex lovely there, and using the momentum of the car through turn 2, as he is now full throttle down into turn 3, hitting the apex again, lovely there, and through 4. Now the tricky turn 5 is a very awkward angle there, as through turn 6 he does run a little bit wide. That might have just cost him a little bit of time, but he does keep the foot in through turn 7 on the run down now with DRS wide open into the chicane of turns 8 and 9, keeping it nice and tight there. Gets on the curb slightly, so I wonder if that might have been an invalidation, I'm not sure, but here he goes now through turn 10, attacking the apex, a lot closer than what we have seen from previous laps, so that is good going there from him as he goes through the off camber turn 11 into the another off camber turn 12, as he is now absolutely going for it, as he once again hitting the apex lovely there through turns 14, and he gets a decent run out of turn 15 to the line. He goes, and it is a big improvement there with a 30.2. What can McCrew do? McCrew right behind him. Is he going to be able to challenge her? 3 tenths is what he needs to gain, and he gains it with a 30.1. What about Super Gamer? As Raj has retired, so Raj will not be improving. We've seen Tufi Danny and Daniel, they can no longer improve on their times. As we got the Toro Rosso of Steph in 9. What can Super Gamer do? Is a 30.3. Very close here from these guys, and I think Jay Ghost has actually missed the yeah, he's missed the jump. He's missed the jump. He is not going to be able to improve, so Jay Ghost will remain in P4, and the only one left across the line is going to be UK Demon. What can UK Demon do? He has left it to the last minute. He is out on the hard tyres. Probably not the best of calls, but here he goes now to the line. What's this going to be for the man in the Ferrari? He's going to get up into 14th with a 33.334. a good lap actually on the hards there for UK Demon. It does get him into 14th. However, you know, that is what happens when you leave it to the last minute to do your flying lap. So with the end of qualifying, we got McCrew starting on pole position with a 30.1 with Callum alongside him, just over a 10th off. Then we got Super Gamer with a 30.3, 2.5 tenths off McCrew's time. Jay Ghost in 4th. Then we got Raj in 5th. And then in 6th, we have the first of the medium runners, ST5. Daniel in 7th. Toofy Danny in 8th. J Luke in 9th. Then we got Stefikos in 10th. On the soft tyres, and outside the top 10 we got Philippe, Joe, Crafty, UK Demon, and I'll go through the rest as we get onto the grid. Just like to remind everyone that outside the top 10 you do have free choice of tyre compound, so it'll be interesting to see what these guys, what their strategy is going to be. Are they going to go mediums to softs? Because it is possible. It's actually not a bad strategy, to be fair. As we got McCrew. We got TDB saying McCrew got a warning in his fastest lap. Sometimes, yo, that actually happens sometimes. If it was a track extension, he would have been invalidated for it, so it is what it is. Okay, so we had Mir Ryan in 15th, Jav in 16th, Nick V7 in 17th, then we had Kieran and Matty G starting all the way at the back because they were serving their qualifying ban. Now looking at the tyre choices outside of the top 10, Philippe opting for the hard compound tyres with Joe and Crafty opting for the mediums, and then of course we got UK Demon going for the hard tyres, Mir Ryan going for the soft, Jav going for the hard tyres, and then Nick V7, Kieran and Matty G going for the medium compound tyres starting at the back. Now I know Matty G is going to be wanting to dispatch of the guys ahead of him ASAP, same with Kieran. The question is, how quickly are they going to be able to get through all this traffic to get into a position where they can put guys like Raj, guys like ST5 under pressure. But it is looking like a pretty cloudy but clear race, so I'm not sure if we're going to get any droplets of rain. It does look like it's going to be a cloudy but dry session, so we will see. As McCrew has actually, he has left everyone else behind on this formation lap. Probably not the best decision. But we shall see. I'm keeping my eye on Stefano Softs. He is going to have a slightly better launch than the guys ahead of him. Should have more grip as well early on. Ryan as well should have the grip to get past. I'm going to be looking to see how Kieran and Matty G cope with getting through the field, but here we go. They are lining up on the grid right now, and that is a lovely camera angle for once to start this race. Usually they give a pretty poor camera angle, but here we are, and we are gonna go 2, 5 red lights to start round number 8 of Intelligence Racing League here at the French Grand Prix. Lights are out and we are underway, and it looks like a very good start there for the Red Bull. As we got movements going up and down the field, we got the Mercedes in the background of Crafty looking and darting and diving. We got a Red Bull off. Steve is off as we got a front wing flying off someone's car. So who's Whose car has that gone? As we got, oh, a Crafty going down the field. Is it off him? Oh, contact made with him. And Nick V7, UK Demon, Matty G, need to be careful right now. Matty G going down the inside of two cars and around the outside of another one. But he's made a little bit of contact with ST5 and he is around. The Red Bull driver is facing the wrong way and he is going to be gutted. As we got UK Demon with front wing damage. Jav looking like he has made it through there without no damage. Nick V7 has lost both end plates. Kieran looks like he's managed to stay out of the trouble. Matty G looks like he has also managed to stay out of the trouble. As meanwhile at the sharp end we got Joe and Steph going side by side. They both made a little bit of contact. Both of them drifting. This is not rallying, guys. But you gotta commend them for holding that. The pair of them, fantastic stuff. That's not going to do their tyres any good, but brilliant driving skill from both of them to hold that slide. As at the sharp end, we did see Super Gamer, Ghost, and Callum having a bit of a scrap. Meanwhile, that is just allowing McCrew to build a bit of a gap as Nick V7 is into the pits. How many guys are going to follow him in? We got UK Demon, so there's going to be a double stack there at Ferrari. And I can assume that ST5 is going to be going in. And what has happened to Kieran? He does have his front wing, so I'm not sure what happened. Maybe just a bit of a back end slide. Meanwhile, McCrew, I think, has made a slight mistake. He does one ride there on the exit of turn 6, so is he going to be under pressure here from Callum? Looks like Callum does have a slightly lower downforce setup in the straight line. He was catching him. Meanwhile, Mir Ryan manages to get past a Joe behind him, and likewise with Toofy Danny getting past Matty G, but looks like Matty G's got a lovely little run there out of turn 9. He's going to try it around the outside. This is going to be a fantastic move if he can get it done. But oh, he's gone too wide. He's hit the curb and Matty G is off into the wall. Watch yourself coming back onto the track. Ooh, Jav almost got collected there. Watch yourself coming back onto the track again. Matty G, you got to watch yourself. You gotta watch yourself, mate. Don't come onto the track too aggressively. I know sometimes spur of the moment thing where you just want to get back on track ASAP, but sometimes it is the better decision to heed on the side of caution to not ruin anyone else's race. As Super Gamer has actually been overtaken by J Ghost. In fact, they are side by side on the run down into turn 3. Who is going to win this? Super Gamer is going to have the inside line and he cuts off in front of J Ghost. And that is just gonna open the door perhaps to see if Daniel and Raj can get to the back run, but DRS is enabled this lap as Matty G has left the session, so he's had enough for today. As J Ghost, DRS wide open, he is just going to cruise straight past Super Gamer. That is the power of DRS. Meanwhile, ahead, it looks like Callum and McCrew able to get away. We got this 5-car battle for the last step on the podium. As Luke actually down the inside of Raj for 6th place. A fantastic move there from the man in the Williams. And Matty G has joined, so maybe just a little bit of connection issue there for the man in the Haas. So it's good that he's able to get back into his car and continue in this race. But now we've gone through the first few laps. Let's actually have a look and see who has gained the most positions off the start. And it is Mir Ryan gaining 7 places. He is on a charge, and it looks like he made the right call to go on those soft tyres, because there he is on the back of this this little train for 3rd place. So a good call there from Ryan. Meanwhile, Steve ST5 has lost the most places with that contact early on, which obviously did not help his his chances here today. But it looks like Jay Ghost and Super Gamer have, in fact, just pulled a bit of a gap. I did see a 10-second time penalty come up for Steph Fricos as Luke McCrew has been overtaken by Callum. DRS into the chicane, turn 9 and 10. So Callum getting past LOE_McCrew there for the lead of this race. And I was just about to say, Jay Luke has just also got past the Alfa Romeo. It is a Williams sandwich with a double dose of Alfa Romeo filling. And that sounds a bit saucy, I'm not going to lie. But Jay Luke now ahead of Daniel. We're going to see if he can close up to Super Gamer and Jay Ghost. And Matty once again joined in. So Matty really having the connection issues as Callum gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that is seriously going to hinder his chances here of winning this race. But he is going to chuck on the set of the medium. So an early stop here for Super Gamer. But I mean, we'll see if it works out. Maybe he's trying a two-stop. Maybe he knows something that we don't. He is going to come out behind his teammate, but he should be out. No, he's come out behind Jav. He is going to come out ahead of the other Renault of Kieran, though. Just about. Meanwhile, Super Gamer on the hard, so he's going to try and go to the end. Meanwhile, we got yellow flags in Sector 3, and that's got to be Matty G. It is Matty G, who needs to be careful with Nick V7. If he's going off track causing a yellow flag, he doesn't want to get into any more trouble. He did have a qualifying ban here today, so he's going to need to keep his head. Meanwhile, Jay Ghost has done fantastic work to catch up to McCrew, and you got to think with the undercut that Callum and Super Gamer are going to have on these two, it's going to be interesting to see where they actually come out relative to the likes of Callum and Super Gamer. Because the undercut, if it's pulled off, can be extremely effective. Meanwhile, we got Ryan getting past the Alfa Romeo of Raj as McCrew is into the pits. As Raj getting very close to the back end of Ryan. And meanwhile, we got the McLaren of Ajur getting past Raj. So we got a good run out the final corner. DRS wide open. He does make it past the Alfa Romeo. So right now we got Williams versus Alfa Romeo versus McLaren. A 3-team battle right now. Things you'll have to see. And McCrew, he has come out quite some way behind Callum. So as I said, the undercut has worked out very well there for the man in the Mercedes. He has pulled it off to perfection. Meanwhile, Raj has dropped down the order slightly. A bit of a mistake somewhere, as I was on board with these guys battling for third. So apologies for not catching that immediately, but it looks like these soft tyres are starting to run out of time. But Jay Ghost is still continuing on. Well, as I said earlier, the one stop, the softs and the mediums is very possible and is actually a very good strategy around here. So maybe Jay Ghost is going for that one stop, soft to the mediums. And if so, that is going to be very effective come the later part of this race as Raj comes into the pits. Callum setting a new fastest lap with a 34.9 as Nick V7 picks up a 3-second time penalty. So going back up to this battle for third on track right now. We got Daniel just ahead of Ryan, but Ryan is going to have DRS. He is going to start closing up. Is he going to have luck down the inside? He's having a little bit of a peek, but no move made. Didn't want to try any lunges into turn 8. Meanwhile, Kieran also picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, but Ryan gets a lovely run out of the chicane. He's down the inside for the fast right-hander of turn 10, and it looks like he has just about got that move done. However, Daniel had a little bit of a peek down the inside into 11. So these two racing hard, and they got to be careful because with both McLarens right on the back, that's some good points for McLaren if they can get past these two ahead, as Jay Ghost is now into the pits, and I wonder what tyre he will be strapping on to that Toro Rosso. We're going to go on board just to find out. So let's see, as there was a bit of confusion at the Toro Rosso garage. There was no one there, and Jay Ghost will come out behind both Callum McCrew. What about Super Gamer? It's going to be close actually. Super Gamer just comes out behind Callum, but he also picks up a 3-second time penalty. So Super Gamer's race not going well, but they are going to be battling tooth and nail right now to try and get back into the... As Jay Ghost picks up a 3-second time penalty. Right, we are all even Stevens right now between these two, as Toofy Danny does get past his teammate up ahead. However, I'm keeping an eye on this move right now from Super Gamer. He's going to try around the outside. He does have DRS. This will be a lovely move if he can pull it off around the outside, but he does get cleanly ahead of him into the braking zone for turn 8. Meanwhile, Ryan, I think Ryan has lost the back end somewhere, because he has just dropped multiple positions. That is not good for his race whatsoever, and it looks like his rears have completely been lit up, and that might lead to a pit stop this lap. Tyre temps are an issue, as he gets a 5-second time penalty. So heartbreak there for the man in the Williams. He was doing so well, climbed up so many positions early on. Meanwhile, we have the McLarens battling out for third on track. However, they will drop back behind the likes of Callum, behind McCrew, behind Super Gamer, behind Jay Ghost. So it will be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see which strategy was the best, to be honest. Meanwhile, Jay Ghost is on the back of Super Gamer. These two battling hard, things you love to see. And with the teams being shaken up to make the constructors a lot more interesting, every point matters now for each team. So it looks like Jay Ghost, he is not going to try and make a move on Super Gamer. He's going to look for the better run out of here, out of turn 9, to try and get the run into turn 10. But Super Gamer very low on ERS. Meanwhile, Jay Ghost not really using any. So Jay Ghost right now clearly has the advantage in terms of ERS. So Super Gamer is going to be under some serious pressure very soon. Jay Ghost managing his ERS very well here. Meanwhile, McCrew 4.4 seconds behind Callum. Callum does have that 5-second time penalty though, so we're going to keep an eye on that gap, because that could be crucial come the end of the race. Meanwhile, we got Toofy Danny, Daniel and Joe having a bit of a battle up front, as Toofy Danny with DRS wide open. He is not using any ERS, so he's just relying on straight line speed. The slipstream to kind of close the gap up as Callum gets past his teammate. Relatively easy there, so I'm thinking maybe a bit of a team order is going on. As Jay Ghost down the inside of Super Gamer, and now Jay Ghost with that ERS advantage should be able to easily pull away from Super Gamer. As Mir Ryan picks up a 3-second time penalty, not good for the man in the Williams. Meanwhile, towards the front, Tuffy Danny did get the move done on Daniel, so a good move there for the McLaren boys. As Ajur is right on the back also, but Daniel in the slipstream, DRS wide open. Is he going to have a look into turn one? He's going to try it around the outside, and he gets it done. Fantastic there for the Alfa Romeo man. But it doesn't look like it's over yet. Tuffy Danny tucking back into the slipstream, and he will have DRS on this second DRS straight on the back straight. So we'll see if Tuffy Danny can not only get the move done, but be able to hold it on the run down into turn 10. So here we go, DRS wide open for Tuffy Danny. He should be able to get this move done. Relatively simple. He gets clean past him before the braking zone into turn 8. Holds it through turn 9 in the chicane, and it looks like Daniel might have actually got a slightly better exit, but I don't know, they're going to be side by side. Daniel's going to try it around the outside. Tuffy Danny holding the inside though, and that is exactly where you want to be in that corner. But looked like Daniel did have a little bit of a peek into turn 11 once again. So these two are fighting hard right now, giving J. Luke a lot of breathing space. As J. Luke actually now into the pits, gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding. Not what you want to see, and Tuffy Danny and Daniel into the pits as well. Ajur carries on for one more lap, does not want the double stack with his teammate. Smart lad. So Callum now back up into third place, and Philippe, he's been on those hard since the start of the race, and he is not doing too bad actually. He could be on for some decent points here, as Ajur picks up a 3-second time penalty, so that is not good for the man in the McLaren. As Callum is closing up on Philippe, is he going to have DRS? He is going to have DRS, so this is going to be good for Callum. Meanwhile, behind, McCrew has caught Callum's teammate, Diora Crafty. Is Crafty going to defend hard against McCrew? He doesn't have much of a choice really. McCrew with the overspeed just getting clean past him. So McCrew now ahead of Aura Crafty and able to push on. Jay Ghost and Super Gamer actually have they have closed up a little bit to McCrew. So the battle for second and potentially the win as well, because we know Callum has a 5-second time penalty. We know Jay Ghost and Super Gamer also have a 3-second time penalty apiece, but as we have a little bit of a lag issue there for Philippe and Callum, as yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like Callum had so much speed that Philippe's car just went straight over the top of him, and that's the reason why we have the halo, guys. However, I will say Philippe with that pink and blue helmet design matches the Racing Point there to an absolute T. As both Jay Ghost and Super Gamer now make it past the Mercedes of Aura Crafty, who really should be making his pit stop very soon. as Azure has actually come out on the soft tyres. So Azure going for a 2-stop strategy. Because surely not, he's not going to take the softs 14 or 15 laps, sorry. Surely not. Looking down towards the tail end of the points. I was going to say that Daniel well and truly in the DRS, but the DRS zone has already passed for him. So right now for Daniel, it's about keeping as close to Ryan as possible. This is the closest battle we have on track. Super Gamer bouncing around that 1 second window to J Ghost. And of course Aura Crafty bouncing also around that 1 second gap to Super Gamer. But we're going to keep on board with this battle just to see how it transpires as Daniel does close up on Ryan and gets a lovely run out of turn 2. A lovely little slingshot there. He's going to stick behind him. That's a smart call. Get the DRS on this man. So Daniel looking for a nice little slingshot. Meanwhile, up ahead, it looked like J Ghost might have tried to move on Super Gamer. Looks like Super Gamer might have tried to move on J Ghost, sorry. But it came to nothing as Daniel does get past Ryan with the aid of DRS. Meanwhile, Azure now closing up to his teammate. He is on the soft tyre, so Tufi Dani would be wise to just let Azure go. Just having a little bit of a peek at what's going on right now with J Ghost and Super Gamer. They have broken the DRS of Aura Crafty, so as Azure gets a 3-second time penalty. And McCrew now picks up a 3-second time penalty, so this has just played right into the hands of Callum, because I don't think Callum has picked up a penalty apart from his 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So Callum right now in the commanding seat right now to go ahead and win this race. He does have a 6.3-second gap to McCrew. And of course now McCrew with that penalty means that right now Callum has around about 4 seconds to play with as Tufi Dani picks up a 3-second time penalty. Super Gamer, by the way, closing right up on Super Gamer closing right up on J Ghost. We got a yellow flag in sector 3 for Jav, who has DNF'd from this race, the first casualty for this circuit. As we have Jav venting his frustrations in the chat, so yeah, I know, Jav. There's certain words that you can't say. I do have the I do make sure that my streams are somewhat not over the top. But yeah, this track can be extremely annoying. Meanwhile, we have J Luke, who is all over the back of Aura Crafty, as Jav is quite rightfully so a little bit annoyed with this circuit. I understand how he feels. This is not one of my favourite circuits either. But it does mean that he does get to watch the football right now, as Nightbot has given him a warning, given Nico a warning for spamming symbols. So Nightbot keeping the order in the stream. As we got McCrew now all over the back of Philippe. Now, this is going to be interesting now because Philippe, he is going to be pitting quite soon, I think. Is he going to try and help his teammate out, who is in 5th? Is he going to try and hold up McCrew, gifting Callum the winners? Callum is now into the pit, so he has gone for the 2-stop strategy. And Philippe also into the pit. As Philippe picks up a 5-second time penalty. So Callum right now serving his 5-second time pen. So Callum now will have no penalties to worry about. Jav, that will be something that will be looked at for the stewards, not for me to say. As Ryan has retired, I think he retired in the pits, I'm not sure. As Ryan has left the session, so not good there for the man in the Williams, but Super Gamer and Jay Ghost absolutely going for each other. And here's the thing, with Callum making that pit stop, serving that 5-second time penalty, he is all the way down in 9th place. Tuffy, Danny and Daniel and Jay Luke for that matter are going to the end. McCrew could very well be pitting soon as Ajor gets past Tuffy, Danny, so that will be the issue for Callum, and I'm guessing for McCrew as well once he makes his second pit stop. Trying to come back through the field to close up an entire pit stop advantage that effectively now that McCrew does have, well, McCrew, Jay Ghost and Super Gamer pretty much have the pit stop advantage on Callum. So Callum's going to have to literally close up around about 18 seconds on Jay Ghost right now. 17.5 I'd say. As Tuffy, Danny and Ajor, they're going for it. As we're going to stay on board with Super Gamer. We're actually going to go TV pod cam because sometimes the broadcast camera doesn't give you the best angle, and you can see the closing speed that Super Gamer does have with DRS, even in low ERS. As we do have Callum making a few moves now, so he is starting to come back for the field. As Super Gamer, he's had a little look down the inside, he switches to the outside, but he is unable to get the job done there on Jay Ghost. Both of these guys with 1 3-second time penalty to their name. Meanwhile, Tuffy Danny's out. Where's Tuffy Danny? Lost it. I'm going to stay on board with Raj, see if we can find Tuffy Danny. Has he lost it on the exit of turn 10? Has he done exactly what was done earlier in the race? Yes, he has. He has just lost it. He's dropped it on the exit of turn 10, getting too much on the curb. Tuffy Danny out of the race, and he was on for a very good result as well, so it's not something you want to see. But that does promote Raj now into the points, and Kieran, who is on the back of Raj, so Kieran could be in a position to pinch 10th place off Raj, as Philippe gets a 3-second time penalty, which is not going to help his cause coming back through the field. Same as with Callum, if Callum picks up a 3-second time penalty. But we do have Super Gamer closing up once again with DRS on Jay Ghost, but he's gotta be just trying to pressure him into mistake. He's not really attempting to go for any of these moves, but I'm gonna stick on. He's had a look down the inside again, Jay Ghost. gives him a bit of a squeeze. You know, he just places his car perfectly to make sure Super Gamer does not attempt that move. As Tuffy Danny has left the session, so not a good day for the man in the McLaren. As Jarv now showing support for Luke, who is a one-stopper here today. To be honest, Jarv, I'm surprised no one done these soft to mediums, because that is possible. However, McCrew could be attempting it. He's done 14 laps on those mediums. No, no one did. McCrew, I'm not sure. If he's going to two-stop, he's going to be pitting around this lap for the soft tyres. As Callum and his teammate going side by side. Or Crafty just kind of letting his teammate go, and he's lost it! He's lost it! Or Crafty has lost the back end on the exit, and now he's in the wall. Is that going to trigger a safety car? A safety car would really spice this up. No safety car right now, but Callum and his teammate Or Crafty, they got very close with each other, and it looks like Or Crafty's race is over. As McCrew is into the pits, confirming the two-stop now for McCrew. So that has released Jay Ghost and Super Gamer. What tyres will McCrew go on to? He's going onto the softs. That's a smart call there. Meanwhile, he is going to come out. Yeah, he's going to come out behind Philippe. Yeah, so McCrew comes out in 7th place. He's got Philippe, Daniel and Callum to get through. As Daniel picks up a 3-second time penalty. We're going to go on board with Jay Ghost, because I did not see that Super Gamer actually got past Jay Ghost. So we're going to go on board to see how Jay Ghost is going to respond to this. So it looks like Super Gamer has finally got that move done, but Jay Ghost on the fresher compounder tyre, so is that going to come back to favour him at the end of this race? And Matty G has left the session again, so the connection issues that the man in the Haas is having is unbelievable here, as UK Demon also went to the pits along with Matty G. As McCrew he's just gone clean around the outside of Philippe in turn 10. A lovely move there from the man in the Red Bull. Now he's got some work to do to catch up to the guys ahead. As Jay Ghost, DRS wide open, closing up on Super Gamer. Meanwhile, McCrew already hustling and harrying Daniel for 5th place. And we're going to stay on board, because I think he is going to have the grip to get the move done in this first sector. He's actually just going to go straight past him with DRS. So McCrew now with his sights firmly set on Callum, as Philippe picks up another 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile, Jay Ghost, a DRS Super Gamer, going to the inside, going to the outside. Little bit of weaving there. But we're going to see if Super Gamer can get a better run out of here than Jay Ghost, because Jay Ghost will have the slipstream, as Joe does pick up a 3-second time penalty. So he does have a bit of a gap to Stefrikos in 11th, but he does want to pick up too many of those. McCrew could very well get the fastest lap of the race. It is currently being held by Matty G with a 33.5. As we'll find out if McCrew gets the fastest lap of the race. He has closed up a second and a half on Callum in this lap alone. Jay Ghost not getting the move done at this moment in time. So here comes McCrew to cross the line. Is this going to be the fastest lap of the race? And it is with a 32.9, a good fastest lap there for McCrew. 14 seconds behind the race leader. But with only 5 laps to go. Can Jay Ghost get the move done on Super Gamer? Super Gamer very low on ERS once again, so advantage to Jay Ghost right now. Jay Ghost with over 90% on his ERS. Super Gamer with less than 10. As Ajur gets past Kieran, they're side by side. But Ajur on that fresher bit of rubber and softer piece of rubber as well in the soft tyres. That is going to be an easy job done here, as Kieran also struggling with ERS management here. But here he goes with a straight line speed. Look at how good DRS is around this track. Ajur, is he going to try and outbrake Kieran? No, he's going to stick behind him. Smart call there from the man in the McLaren. He is going to have the advantage in this third and final sector, but he does have the run. He's going to be side by side into turn 10. He does take quite a lot of curb. And Kieran's off. Kieran's off, but he's managed to keep it. He hasn't DNF'd out this race. He still is on for a point here, but I'm not sure if any contact was made. It didn't look like it from my angle, so it's unfortunate as Luke picks up a 3-second time penalty. So how crucial is that going to be? He's just about 3.8 seconds ahead of Callum, who I don't think has any penalties at all. But McCrew now all over the back of Callum. This is going to be for P4 on track, but could eventually become the battle for the podium. As Callum doing well to defend for this moment in time. Callum does have the ERS advantage, but McCrew has the tyre advantage. As we are on board with the Red Bull driver, as he is just closing up. Is he going to try it around the outside? He tried a little bit of a switchback. He sent it down the inside. They're side by side. Fantastic stuff there from McCrew and Callum, giving each other the space. And Callum able to hold it, but McCrew gets the better run. He's going to send it on the outside. McCrew picks up a 3-second time penalty. Unable to get the switchback as well. Callum doing well to block it off. And Callum holds it for right now, but McCrew with another 3-second time penalty. That is going to be a Herculean task as Jay Ghost picks up another 3-second time penalty. But McCrew and Callum side by side. A squeeze there from Callum to McCrew. They're side by side into turn 3. Keep a cool head, lads. Keep a cool head. These two are battling like this is for the championship. And Callum going very wide there. But he will have DRS to get back past McCrew. And looks like it's going to be a relatively simple move there from Callum, as you would expect with DRS. So once again, McCrew has to reset and try to get past Callum. Meanwhile, Jay Ghost right now is in the driving seat to win this race with Super Gamer. 6 seconds of penalties to Jay Ghost is 3. And then we got Jay Luke right now, who's sitting in third. He does have a 3-second time penalty from what I know of, but he is just over 3 seconds ahead of Callum, who is battling tooth and nail with McCrew. And McCrew has the 6-second penalty. As I'm going to go back to the intervals on the times to see who's way on track. Adjure trying to close up to the alpha of Rajon, so Toofy Danny will be hoping in as Adjure gets a 3-second time penalty. I was going to say Toofy Danny will be hoping that Adjure can bring home as much points as possible here. As Jay Ghost, he's side by side with Super Gamer. Gets the move done, but Super Gamer's going to have the better run. He's going to have the slipstream. He doesn't have the speed though to get alongside. As we got the back marker of, I think that is Nick V7. Yes, it is. Oh, contact made. Super Gamer has lost it on the back of Jay Ghost, and now Luke is up in the second. Wings have indeed been deployed here for Callum and McCrew. As Super Gamer, unfortunately, loses it on the back end of Jay Ghost, and from the 6 seconds of pens he is going to lose the podium to Callum. As we are on the final lap of this race, Jay Ghost is the man in the lead, 6.5 seconds ahead of Jay Luke, who could be on for second place here. I'm not sure. He's going to be on for a podium, I know that much, as Super Gamer is in third, but he is going to struggle to deal with the penalties of what he has, because Callum does not have a penalty, and if McCrew gets ahead of Super Gamer as well, he stays ahead, so Super Gamer could drop further back. If Callum makes a move and McCrew follows Callum through, Super Gamer will finish in 5th place. But here goes Callum. He's had a little look down the inside. Super Gamer sweeps to the inside to try and block him, but Callum around the outside. Guys, come on now, keep it clean. As we got Nick V7 just here, kind of holding it. Oh my god, he almost taken out Callum. The AI back marker of Nick V7 is causing carnage here in the closing stages of this race. As Ghost crosses the line. I'm sorry Ghost, I did not get on board there with you. As Super Gamer will finish in 4th place, Callum does get 2nd, so Jay Luke does get the podium by half a second. Daniel will come across the line in 6th, Philippe in 7th. As McCrew venting his frustrations in chat then, saying, well, that was rubbish. But to be honest, mate, that is the 2-stop for you. I did mention that a 1-stop soft and mediums was possible around here. No one actually tried it. I'm actually disappointed. Or did they? Nope, no one tried it. But Jay Ghost is your race winner. Callum will come home to pick up 2nd as Steph Fricos loses the back end into the final corner. Is the ST5 gonna get him? I don't think he will, but it would have been good to see a little run to the line. But the penalties do come into play there, as UK Demon does jump up ahead of Steph Fricos. What a race! I'll tell you what, there will be some discussions after this race, especially with the with the back marker AI car of Nick V7. But there he is, the man on the top step of the podium, the Toro Rosso driver, Jay Ghost, with the Mercedes driver of Callum alongside him in second place, and the Williams driver of Jay Luke picking up that final spot on the podium. A good drive from all three guys. So here we go as we go through the final results. We got Jay Ghost, the winner here, with Callum in second without a penalty, by the way. So good job there from Callum, apart from the 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty that he did serve. Luke in third, Super Gamer fourth, McCrew in fifth, Daniel in sixth, Philippe in seventh, Raj in eighth, Kieran guest ninth, and the Joe picks up the final point in 10th. As we got Steve, UK Demon, Steph Fricos, Matty G, and the AI of Nick V7 outside the points. Then we had Aura Crafty, Tufi Danny, May Ryan, and Jav, who were our DNFers here today. And the fastest lap of the race will go to McCrew as well, so he gets the bonus point for that. Well, we had a very intriguing race, especially towards the end here of this French Grand Prix here for Intelligence Racing League. If I was to pick a driver of the day, I'm not sure who to pick for driver of the day. Now here's the thing, I would say Callum because he didn't get a penalty, but he did get a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. Which, if he didn't get, he might have been a bit closer to Jay Ghost to potentially challenge for that win. I'm not sure. But I think I'm going to go with Jay Ghost for the driver of the day. He drove fantastic. He defended well when he needed to. And it was a fantastic job there from Jay Ghost. So Jay Ghost is my driver of the day, the race winner, the man in the Toro Rosso. So thank you guys for joining me here for round number 8 of Intelligence Racing League. I've been your commentator for today, Ivor Bryn Mike. And I'll catch you next week for round number 9, which is... oh, it's Austria. I do love Austria. So I'll catch you for round number 9. So until then, guys, have a great day. And we'll catch you next week for round number 9.